Yeah, I mean that this is one of the absolute reasons I love Saint Dominic was he actually loved humanity. You know, so many people kind of revolt against their humanity, or they feel betrayed by their humanity, or all these things, and they actually wish that they could kind of divorce themselves or separate themselves from their own humanity. But that was not Saint Dominic, and Saint Dominic, being a true man of the gospel, looking to Christ and saw Christ himself take on our humanity because he loved it. And like that's why Christ became man, is because he loved humanity. At the very origins of the Dominican order, as St. Dominic was founded in it, he started the order as a brotherhood of brothers devoted to the holy preaching. And what kind of sparked this was a heresy, or a falsity, a lie that was growing in the church at the time. And this lie was talking about the kind of duality of the human person. Everything that was spiritual had a goodness to it. Anything that was physical was evil. So the best thing that you could do was live according to the spiritual heights and do as much as you can to separate yourself from the physical world. And so there was this like kind of brutalizing of the body, and a distrust of the body and all these things. And St. Dominic he encountered this heresy called the Albigensian heresy, but it's really a heresy that continues to crop up throughout the entirety of the history of the world. But he encountered this heresy and said, like, no, our bodies have goodness to them. And it's about integrating the body and soul. There's going to be tension between the two, but it's truly about the graces of God that integrates body and soul together. And he embraced that and he loved that. And so I think there's a truth to that, saying like, okay, yes, I will have struggles and tensions. And you read this in St. Paul all the time. He's always like, why do I do the things that I don't want to do? And the things I want to do, I can't accomplish. There's going to be that tension, but that doesn't mean we need to hate the body and punish the body or brutalize the body, but we actually need to embrace our humanity as a true gift of God. And we see that in Dominic's life and how he preached, in how he lived his life. He lived a very penitential life. He lived a impoverished life, but it wasn't because he hated the body and was punishing himself, but it was a way to integrate our bodies and souls together, and truly because he loved it, and he helped others to embrace their own humanity in his preaching. And one of the famous stories is he stayed up all night with the innkeeper along his travels to bring him to the truth of the gospel, because he was caught up in this heresy. And so he was willing to spend all night helping this one person understand their own humanity and how beautiful it is, and to embrace that reality.